With a few exceptions, if you were to ask most far-right or left-leaning Americans which country is the best in the world, undoubtedly the answer would be America. That's because all sincere and honest Americans know that despite all of her imperfections, America offers the safety, prosperity, and opportunity to pursue our dreams. With this commonality of understanding, it regularly shocks me that so many in my beloved country outwardly reject the wisdom and counsel of America's founders and architects.
It would do all Americans well to study the thoughts and philosophies of those who established the moral foundation and system of civil government, which has benefited all Americans tremendously. Founding Father Samuel Adams identified these benefits.
The liberties of our country, the freedoms of our civil constitution are worth defending at all hazards. It is our duty to defend them against all attacks. We have received them as fair inheritance from our worthy ancestors. They purchased them for us with toil and danger and expense of treasure and blood. It will bring a mark of everlasting infamy on the present generation, enlightened as it is, if we should suffer them to be wrested from us by violence without a struggle, or to be cheated out of them by the artifices of designing men.
By the wisdom of Sam Adams, we understand that there will be contention and struggle to maintain those divine and sacred rights given us by our Creator. Consider a recent survey of 1,000 Republican and Republican-leaning college students by College Pulse. When asked, have you ever withheld your political views in class for fear that your grades would suffer, 73% of students who identify as strong Republican reported that they had, while 71% of students who identify as weak Republican said yes. Even students who identify as Republican-leaning independents indicated they've kept quiet. 70% reported that they've withheld their political views to protect their grades.
Young Americans for Freedom revealed recently that America's college and high school students across the political spectrum have held back their real opinions out of fear they would offend a friend. Based on these findings and other evidence, I do not see a conspiracy against the students, but rather an apprehensive trepidation to inspire classmates and faculty with their beliefs and values when challenged.
Perhaps our unrivaled American prosperity has produced an apathy that has led many students to believe the amazing benefits will remain with no effort on their part. In the words of Daniel Webster, the reality is God grants liberty only to those who love it and are always ready to guard and defend it. Now, as a statesman, abolitionist, and expert orator of first century America, Webster exhorted Americans,
"Hold on, my friends, to the Constitution and to the Republic for which it stands. Miracles do not cluster, and what has happened once in 6,000 years may not happen again."
I realize there's a tremendous amount of pressure on you 30% of students who will speak your values, but do not lose heart. Our founders did it, and by God's grace, so will you. This is Jake MacAulay
and Dominic MacAulay
with the Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the American View.